Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Rock returned to WWE this past Friday's SmackDown in New Orleans. The final boss officially announced the location of WrestleMania 42 and later had a controversial segment with the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, which confused fans. Due to his actions, his cousin, Roman Reigns, might have to face the consequences. The final boss appearance forced SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis to make last-minute changes to the show. As per The Rock's orders, Aldis pulled Cody away from the scheduled six-man tag team match. The TKO board member then cut a very controversial promo asking Rhodes to be his champion and give him his soul. This segment received mixed reactions from fans. Many wonder if Cody would turn heel for the first time since his return to the company by accepting The Rock's offer and becoming a corporate champion. Rhodes currently leads the Blue Brand's roster as their undisputed WWE champion. And since Nick Aldis has always protected his top champion, he might be furious after seeing the final boss trying to manipulate the American Nightmare. Nick Aldis has confronted the Bloodline numerous times since becoming the general manager of SmackDown, and even sent a clear message to Roman Reigns in the past. Since Aldis can't punish the final boss, he could take action on Reigns and suspend him to get back to the people's champion and save Rhodes from becoming the Brahma Bull's pawn. While this is all mere speculation for now, we will have to wait and see how Aldis acts to save his top champion on the road to WrestleMania. The OTC has been absent from WWE since the Royal Rumble. At the Premium Live event in Indianapolis earlier this month, CM Punk simultaneously eliminated him and Seth Rollins from the Men's Rumble match. Reigns was then brutally stomped twice by Seth Rollins. On the following episode of Raw, the company announced that Reigns had been injured and would be out indefinitely. With The Rock set to appear at Elimination Chamber in Toronto to get an answer from Cody, Reigns might also make his return. He might confront the two, which would add to the rivalry these three stars already had around last year's WrestleMania. Rhodes dethroned Roman at last year's show of shows, and since reclaiming the Eula Fala earlier this year, the OTC is now after getting his title back from the American Nightmare. However, the former undisputed WWE Universal Champion might even attack Seth Rollins, who's in the Men's Chamber match, to get revenge for the Rumble. The WWE Elimination Chamber Premium Live event is only a few days away, and with the People's Champion's recent appearance, fans' excitement is at an all-time high. They are eager to see what this story leads to, with WrestleMania just around the corner. The tension in WWE. Nick Aldis to suspend Roman Reigns over SmackDown controversy. It's been a week of tension within the WWE universe. The highest-profile storylines have led to an explosive confrontation between Roman Reigns and The Rock, not just in the ring but also in front of the cameras, on the live broadcast of WWE SmackDown. The incident shook the core of the WWE family, leaving fans polarized and questioning the future of one of the most dominant figures in modern wrestling, Roman Reigns. Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, has long positioned himself as the undisputed face of WWE. But his role, once seen as the pinnacle of professional wrestling, has been put into jeopardy by a highly controversial segment that aired on the most recent SmackDown. The Rock, Roman's cousin, a WWE legend and Hollywood megastar, appeared on the show, sparking what was meant to be a friendly but ultimately explosive family reunion. In a shocking twist, The Rock and Reigns' relationship turned sour on screen, triggering a violent and emotional confrontation. What was supposed to be a celebratory moment for the Anoa'i family turned into a chaotic brawl, with tensions running high between the two icons. The fallout from the segment was immediate and widespread, with rumors swirling backstage about the animosity between Roman and the WWE's top brass. Many fans and pundits have questioned whether the situation was scripted or if it crossed the line of reality into something more personal. With the WWE universe buzzing and social media flooded with speculation, the company needed to take swift action to maintain order and avoid further controversy. Enter Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, the new authority figure. For months, WWE had been hinting at the idea of bringing in a new authority figure to oversee the chaos surrounding Roman Reigns and the fractured locker room. Enter Nick Aldis, a seasoned pro and former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, who had made his name not only in the ring but also as a respected figure in the wrestling industry. Aldis, known for his leadership abilities and no-nonsense approach, was brought in as the new WWE General Manager. Aldis was well aware of the significance of his role in this moment. Roman Reigns' behavior had become increasingly erratic, with his influence within WWE growing unchecked. The tribal leader's persona had made him a powerhouse, but it also caused friction with the company's management. Despite his undeniable draw as WWE's top star, Reigns' recent actions, namely the fallout with The Rock, pushed the company to the brink of crisis. WWE could not afford to ignore the optics of an uncontrollable Reigns leading a segment that had left fans uncomfortable, and the backstage atmosphere was now strained. The Rock, who had made his name in WWE, but had also ventured far from the squared circle, was seen as the last of the Attitude Era legends to hold a torch for the company's past. While The Rock was beloved by the fans, his clash with Roman had many questioning if the torch should have ever been passed. That's where Aldis stepped in. The fallout. As suspended champion. After taking a few days to assess the situation, Nick Aldis issued a statement that sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. He announced that Roman Reigns would be suspended for his actions during the SmackDown segment with The Rock. The suspension wasn't just a punishment, it was a message. WWE needed to restore order, and Reigns' behavior on live television was a step too far. Aldis was clear in his reasoning during a special televised address on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns is one of the most dominant champions we've seen in the history of this company. But he has crossed a line that is not just about business, but about respect. Respect for the company, respect for our fans, and most importantly, respect for his family. The Rock came back to WWE to share a moment with his family, and that moment was ruined. I've spent my career in this business, and I've learned one thing. Respect is earned, not demanded. Roman, you've earned that respect, but tonight you lost it. This suspension wasn't indefinite, but it was a heavy-handed move to show that even the most powerful figures in the company could be held accountable for their actions. The WWE Universe, ever loyal to Roman, rallied in his defense, but many also respected Aldis for taking a firm stance on the issue. The possibility of Roman's return. What does this mean? As the days passed, the ramifications of Aldis' decision became clearer. Reigns, a man known for his resilience, was now sidelined from WWE programming. But was this suspension truly a momentary setback, or could it be the beginning of a more significant shift in the WWE hierarchy? The effect on Roman Reigns' character. Reigns had, for years, been positioned as the unquestionable leader of WWE's modern era. His suspension could serve as a turning point in his character arc. Was this the catalyst for a potential babyface turn, where Roman would return humbled and eager to earn back the trust of the fans? Or would he become even more entrenched in his arrogant, tribal chief persona, potentially developing into a villainous, rebellious character who rejects any form of authority, including Aldis? The fans were curious. The Rock's involvement could also play a role in Roman's eventual return. Would Roman continue to feud with his cousin, leading to a historic match at WrestleMania, or would he take a different path? The WWE management's role and Nick Aldis' authority. The suspension of Roman Reigns raised significant questions about the power dynamics within WWE. Nick Aldis, despite being a newcomer to the company, had effectively called out one of the top stars, making it clear that no one, not even the tribal chief, was above the law. But could Aldis maintain this level of authority moving forward? Reigns' suspension would likely stir up tension within the locker room. Would other superstars look to challenge Aldis' leadership, knowing that the general manager was willing to take such drastic action? The fragile balance between talent and management would come into play, and Aldis would need to navigate these murky waters carefully. There was also the question of The Rock's involvement moving forward. Would he side with Aldis, continuing to serve as a loyal ally to WWE management? Or would he stand with his family and eventually team up with Roman to fight against Aldis' perceived overreach? The Rock's return to WWE, a family feud in the making. One of the biggest questions following Roman Reigns' suspension was The Rock's role in all of this. While his appearance on SmackDown had set the stage for the controversial fallout, it had also set the groundwork for a potentially epic showdown between the two NOA family members. The WWE Universe had never seen Roman Reigns in direct conflict with The Rock on such a personal level. The idea of the two cousins facing off in a high-stakes match was something that fans had dreamed about for years, and it now seemed like a real possibility. Would The Rock return to help his family member, or would he hold Reigns accountable for his actions? Roman's suspension opened the door for a long-running narrative about family, respect, and power. Aldis could use this storyline to continue challenging Reigns, who would be forced to grapple not only with his own emotions but with the changing tides of WWE's leadership. The eventual return of Reigns could lead to one of the most anticipated matches in WWE history. The fans' reaction and the evolution of the WWE Universe. In many ways, the suspension marked the beginning of a significant shift in the WWE Universe. The fans were as divided as ever, some siding with Aldis, others rallying behind Roman Reigns. The suspension would inevitably stir up mixed reactions, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. Would Roman's absence lead to a downturn in WWE's ratings, or would the intrigue over his eventual return keep the fans engaged? Additionally, WWE's decision to bring in someone like Nick Aldis as general manager marked a departure from the company's usual management structure. This shift in leadership style could be a harbinger of larger changes to come within WWE. Aldis' no-nonsense approach could pave the way for a more rigid and structured environment, one in which even the top stars could not escape the consequences of their actions. Conclusion: a turning point for WWE. In the end, the possibility of Nick Aldis suspending Roman Reigns for his controversial SmackDown segment with The Rock opened up new avenues for storytelling within WWE. While it had caused disruption in the immediate term, it set the stage for new storylines, new rivalries, and new characters. The question now was, how would Roman Reigns respond? Would he return with the same arrogance and power, or would the suspension serve as a moment of reflection for the tribal chief? And how would WWE move forward with The Rock's influence and Aldis' leadership? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain: the WWE Universe had never been more captivated. This was more than just a suspension. It was the beginning of something bigger. The question of who would truly lead WWE in the future was no longer just about the tribal chief. It was about the changing face of WWE and the shifting sands of power that would ultimately decide its future. This narrative explores the potential outcomes and long-term ramifications of such a controversial storyline. Would you like to dive deeper into any particular part or add more elements to it? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.